God gave us a really particular calling 23 years ago to start up His church among the poor. It's been a joy. It's been a road of faith, wondering how on earth it could be done, not knowing where the funds would come from or anything like that. But God's faithful, it's His church. He's always supplied the funds, and it goes on being a church to reach the very poor. We just really felt that the poor didn't have a church, as the rest of Vancouver did. This part of the inner city is just filled with drugs, booze, prostitution, violence, broken families. It's also got missions, Christian missions, really fine missions, but no churches. And we really felt that this was desperately needed.
Well, New Beginnings is a church that reaches out to inner city poor. Our focal group is First Nations and people who are in poverty, but they are maybe not into the downtown east side hardcore addicted people, but they are people who are trying to get out of the poverty. They're trying to either go back to school, they're trying to raise up, get into the job market, those kinds of things. You know, they're the forgotten people of society. There's a lot of mission type organizations that work in the downtown east side, and yet this group of people is a large number of people, and they're largely forgotten.
Yeah, our moving ministry has been a joy of my heart. It's a hole in the city where that's a need that just hasn't been met by anybody. And we thought, well, it's so easy. So we started that probably 20 years ago. We've moved families around the city all the time. End of the month and that, we just pack them up and move them to the place. Families are always moving. That's a fact of inner city. But then with that, we get to take furniture out to families, pick up furniture for families all through the week. And as we pick up that family, then we just take it to the families that need it. Family night is a wonderful time of having a full dinner and dessert for the families. The idea that the moms can come out with all their little kids, whether it's little kids or big kids, teenagers, whatever, they just come out and enjoy a wonderful time. It's a night for the full family. They hear about Jesus so wonderfully, they ask questions. It's just a great time. Youth Extreme is extreme youth. It's a blast. It's reaching really broken youth. Most of the kids don't have dads. And so the boys are wondering what it's like to be a real man. And our youth leaders, 18, 20, 25 years old, are modeling what it's like to be a real man, a godly man, what the young boys can become in Christ Jesus.
That most of the kids that come to youth group are in general community kids. So there's some who go to church. A lot of them don't. So they kind of, but they bring out their friends and they come out. So in general, it's inner city. So they kind of have less to do. So for them, doing youth ministry, like coming out to youth on Friday, like that's a big part of their week. They don't have a lot of other things to do. Mm-hmm. On Friday nights, coming out to youth, it's really a safe place for them to be. It's something where they know that they're loved and cared for by the students and the people who come out. So they really miss it if it's like not there for a week. They really miss it.
Home makeovers is another thing that grabs my heart because I see moms so overwhelmed with how do I even get on top here? And to be able to bring this joy to a mom and have her see her whole place clean to just like almost like spick and span, or we'll go in and paint her walls or shampoo her carpet as well. Different things like that. It's just really neat. Say Yes is tutoring. It's tutoring the youth of the inner city who have a really hard time with education. We're saying it doesn't have to be that way. These kids have got the smarts. They just have to be encouraged, challenged, worked with one-on-one and that, and they'll fly through school. They'll do great. And they'll go on and they'll be able to graduate and hold a job, or graduate and go on into BCIT or technical school or university, whatever. They've got the smarts.
And so we saw a real need for them to get a good start and a good foundation before they get into high school, and to try to reach them before they got involved in all of the other things. And so our program focuses on elementary age students, and we tutor them in areas of math and reading and spelling and those kinds of things. We give them homework assistance. But the program is a holistic program. The first thing we do when we pick them up from school and bring them here is we feed them. And we sit down at a table and eat family style, because they don't do that at home.
Yeah, Christ is the one who brings in the hope. We've got a saying here in the church that the church can't give a person hope. The church can't help a person. Neither can the pastor, neither can the counselors. Only Christ can give the person a hope, can give them a chance in life, a real chance.
This church will always be a church, hopefully, that cares about those who are broken, who are in need, who reaches out with compassion and help and encouragement. We want to see this church stay in a place where we can reach out and people who come here feel safe and they feel comfortable, they feel welcome, no matter who they are.